Hello, welcome to another Zippy's World. Today, hopefully an instructional video on removing the muffler from a CBR1000RR ABS model. There's plenty out there with non-ABS, but I couldn't find any with ABS, so hopefully this helps some of those people looking like I was. Right, that's the offending beastie. Excuse the dirt and crud. I was going to wash it yesterday and the hose attachment broke, so I'm going to have to get one afterwards, but I need to make most of the sun. That's what we're trying to get off. That there, and I couldn't find anything that would tell me where this cable attached to. Obviously I know it goes into this part here, but it's a question of what I have to take off to disconnect that servo cable. I am guessing it is that there and one up there. I'm just putting one finger so it's not there. See, there's a couple of screws. But the point that worries me is that's attached to the ABS. And then on this side, there is a little screw. In there. Right, I can confirm that the little panel I showed earlier, you undo the two screws there, the one screw on the other side. Now I'm down on the floor, I can see there is another screw right there. So I'm assuming you take all of that off, and it looks like this piece here will move away. Just in case you never come across them before, the screws on that are plastic, and they're like, I don't know what the proper term is, I call them screw push pins. Screw them out gently, make sure you've got a nice purchase in there with your screwdriver, because they're plastic and so therefore soft. Screw them out most of the way, and then you can sort of see that it has this sort of effect, which will squeeze so you can pull it out. So you don't need to pull them out all the way, and then all literally you do once you're pushing it is you can just push them in, and you see that it'll spread that out and stop it coming out. But you need to delicately unscrew them and make sure you've got a good purchase, because it is cheap plastic tack, which everyone seems to be using these days. So I hope that helps on these type of special fitment, I think they're called, special screws. Okay, this is where the other one is, in there. As I say, make sure you've got it in nice and firm. It shouldn't need a lot of force, so just make sure you've got a good purchase. Right. I'm going to unscrew that with two hands so I don't strip the little thread. But that's the one you'll be able to pull in there. It'd be useful if I could put a flash on this. Right. This bit here has to push forward. You can see it releases little clips. So, make sure you release there. Right, you can see. And then you're going to be a little clip over the other side. So we go around the other side of that one. Right, now I'm guessing a little bit of leverage against that. There you go. Right, I found it, just pushing on that. Just be careful. And then that comes down. Like, there's going to be little clips in there. Right, sorry for the break. It's just need two hands. It's not hard, it's just fiddly. And you just fiddle it in. So the point being, you can see, hope you can see, there's a little tab there. And a little tab there. And little ones on the edges. So you can see you just need to, I found that by pulling on that edge there, and having two hands, it come away quite easy. Try and do it with one, not impossible. And that is what you're going to expose. Get my finger out of the way. On the ABS model. Right, shake it like good. That's it. And that you can see the wire disappearing down to the back, and that is what's going to attach there. Okay. I should try and do this one-handed. What we have to do is manually turn that. Not as far as I have, of course, because you want to be able to get the cable out. Right, there you go. And remember where you're going to turn it back to. So mine was facing up this way. Okay, well, I'm led to believe you're probably going to get some errors. Now, what you're going to need is a thin pair of needle nose pliers to grab that wire and pull it through. Bad news is that's a two-handed job, so you're on your own. Right, good news is that's quite easy. It'd be nice to actually show that, but I found the easiest thing to do is to grip the wire as you are dialing back the wheel with a pair of pliers, gently, so you don't muck it all up, and wind the wheel back, and you'll find you get a little bow in the wire, and then you can literally slide it down in that sort of action. I'm not sure why moving the camera would help, but you're going to slide it downwards and out, and then it literally pushes back through the hole, pull it back through the hole. I found it by grabbing the cable and just pulling back gently, it popped out, and now that cable is free. Just have a look where it's routed, so you can route it back the correct way. Okay, you can see it goes behind the plate. It goes up through the little gap with the caliper. I don't suppose it matters, but I like to put things back where they come from. Okay, so we should be able to get that clear now. I'm going to loosen these ones here, just in case they're really tight, so that I can don't have to struggle later. And then the next step is going to be loosen this bolt here, and one there. I'm going to loosen these to check what else is there. So let's try it. Alright, so we go. I'm going to take this one out. Obviously you'll be able to do it a lot more speedy, because you won't have one hand. Right, there you go. Trust the magnetic bowl. And my suggestion is, every bolt you take off this bike, or any bike, when you put them back, put some copper slip on, or if you're loaded, some aluminium grease if it's available. Obviously don't put aluminium grease on any electrical connections. So now we can get in there, because you can see a couple of bolts down there to get those off. Okay, I'll loosen these ones just so they're easier when on a bike. And there we go. One. Excuse my fingers. One in there. And a little rusty one down there. I had to brush that one off, because literally after only, God, 15, 16 months, it's already badly tarnished. This is my suggestion with the copper slip. Okay, I ride all year round. I'm sorry if that's not the thing to do with these playthings, but you know, some of us use it for daily transport as well. Right, so I'm going to undo those two bolts in there, which I'm going to do with two hands so I don't snap this. Right, there you can see the heat shield. Oh God, or whatever it is, it's a fancy piece of metal. And now I can see the true extent of 15 months riding. it's just poor. I mean, this is hidden behind this stuff. I mean, really? 15 months? What are you making this shit out of? Ready? Watch. Really? Come on. Sort your stuff out. 12 grand these things are. Put some paint on them. It's decent stuff. It's terrible. Right. Okay, so that's all those out of the way. So what we've got to do now is, by the way, that one's a bit tricky with that off, so if you can, unhinge that all the way, make your life easier. It's going to be a lot easier. Right. Over to the other side of the bike. Right, back over on the opposite side of the bike. We need to remove this, because we need to get to this. And up there, which I'll show you in a minute, is your lambda sensor. Piece of junk screwed into the bike. Right, taking the bolt out of there, and you can see that now gives you access into there. Out on your right, the wires going in it is the sensor. It's a lambda sensor. Give it a spray in WD-40, because you can see this is corrosion seed down here, and the one on the left is the exhaust clamp bolt. They're going to need to undo that one, and that one, the sensor is a 17mm, the exhaust bolt is a 12mm. So we're getting there. I soaked it and then loosened it with a sharp jab, and it's literally a case of untwisting it. Obviously yours might be attached by some cable ties, snip through those. It looks like they're meant to be attached up there. Mine have obviously cracked or whatever, or not been put back after the initial installation. And then undo that one there. Okay, I'm going to undo those two. Okay. Sensor out. Clamp has been released and moved back from the main section, so it's no longer clamping. Be careful with this. It's a bit of a strange design. You have to unscrew it, because, in my opinion, that means all these wires are going to get twisted. So make sure you don't twist those too much, because they're going to just shear off. And there you go. Right. There we go. On the other side, we're going to need to undo this bad boy there. It's quite hefty. Right. Hold on, I need to break the initial bite with two hands. I like to make sure that I'm firmly in, nice and square, by holding it with two hands. Yep, I know it's a bit anal, but anybody who's ever stripped a nut, right, I can see as I'm turning this, nut on the back is turning. So this is another two hander. I'm just going to hold that while I turn and pull this bad boy out. After that bolt's undone, I'll jiggle it back and forwards. I'm sure getting it on will be a nightmare. But she's off. And that is removing the muffler. Hope that helped. I know I couldn't film all of it, but it's definitely a two-handed job at times.